Hello guys, wait up. Yo, Raylan, hello. How are you? Long time no see. What's up, Jan Braille Boyles? Boils pala, sorry. Saglit lang, guys. We're gonna create a tier list, okay? We're gonna create a tier list. I think we'll start with like junglers, I think. But we'll wait for a couple viewers. Is it gonna be for all royals? Yeah, I'm gonna like go from like jungler and then mid and then so on. We'll talk about it. Okay lang naman. Kahit anong tier sa gold lane kung si Kelra naglalaro gods pag si basic ulit. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Good morning, guys. Like the stream and thumbs up before we start. Like the stream and thumbs up before we start. We're gonna start soon. Keep it like, we're gonna give it a couple minutes. We're gonna give it a couple minutes to wait for people. We're gonna do jungle first, I think. It's easy. Jungle first. Okay. I'll give you guys the choice. What should we rank first? What role should we rank first? I'll give you guys the choice. What role you guys want? I'll give you guys the choice. We're gonna have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 XP. Want to start with XP? Anybody else? I should make a poll. How do I make a poll? How do I create a poll here? Do I need to do that with Nightbot? Or I cannot do it here. I can't. No, I can't make a poll. Jungle first XP. So we have 2 XPs. We'll just do majority wins. We'll do majority wins. World War 3 pag di mo nilagay Granger sa automatic. Let's go. Position 1 to position 5. Yeah, this is part 1. I don't think we're gonna finish today. This is part 1. Alright, this is part 1. How do I remove the ads like from the bottom of this thing? Jesus. So so far there's 2 people that are asking for XP lane, and then there's one guy asking for jungler. Sup Hiroshi? What role should we make first? Like, should we do jungler first, XP, mid laners? I'm giving you guys the choice before I start. Good morning, Hiroshi. Hello. Let's just wait a couple minutes and then we'll start. Jungle second, I guess. Okay, gold, XP. A lot of XPs. Tanda mo naman ako. Yeah, I remember you, of course. XP. Alright, so people want, mostly there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people want XP. So I guess we'll start with the XP lane tier list. Alright. Coach, tier list win. We're doing it right now. Is my camera blocking anything? Not really, no. Alright, so there are all the heroes are gonna be below here, but alright, we'll start with the XP lane tier list. Not all heroes are obviously gonna be playing XP. Like, I'm not gonna rank. There's Gord in the pictures here, but I'm not gonna put him in the XP lane tier list because that's insane. Nobody does that. So we're only gonna do like the viable, like you've seen it in rank or something that people have played in XP lane. Obviously, any hero could go to any lane, technically. Magsabi ka lang, tol. What? I meant a tier list of coaches. Oh my god, coach tier list when? I can't do a tier list like that. Pag nag-travel kayo sa Japan, ako bahala sa accommodation. No way. Hey, no way, bro. I was gonna go to Japan this March, but there's already MDL during that time. Alright, we'll start with the XP lane tier list, alright? So we're starting with the XP lane tier list, and like I said, if you guys are just came here, not all heroes are gonna be in this tier list because not all heroes can be played in the XP lane. Alright, so let's start with Akai since he's the first one here. It seems like it's in alphabetical order. Aemon, Akai, Aldous, blah 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 blah, and so on. Alright, Atlas, Arlott. Okay, there's a lot of letter A's in here. We'll start with Akai. I think For me, Akai is gonna be either B or A. He's either B or A. I mean, he's playable, but he's like super situational. He's not meta. He's not really like, he's kind of off meta, but he's definitely playable. Like for example, if an enemy team has a Tigreal, you could do Akai XP. And I've seen teams actually counter Khalid with Akai for some reason. I think he's gonna be A or B. But I think he might be moving more towards B for me, in my opinion. B for me, like he's rarely seen. He is rarely seen. There's C? I don't think so, man. I mean, pros have played Akai if in the XP lane. Flex naman si Akai. You could flex it too. That's also the good. It's a three-way flex technically. It's a three-way flex, so that's also the good thing. I wouldn't put him at C. I wouldn't put him at C. That's just, that means he's terrible. If you put him at C, that means he's never seen in the tournaments. He's never seen in the tournament. So if you put somebody at C, he's never seen at tournaments. Okay? But I've seen Akai in tournaments. I have seen Akai in tournaments. He's flexible. He could counter engage, he could engage, he could protect. He's tanky as hell, he could front for you. Like, overall, he's a pretty good hero. But in terms of laning, he might not be as good. You just need to wait until you're level 4. Okay, so I think B. For me, B. There's no B minus, there's no B plus, guys. There's no B minus, B plus. But if you guys want me to rank, like, for example, if Aldous is better than Akai, I would put him to the... Oh, I can't do it. Never mind. There's no left to right ranking. There's no left to right ranking. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna put him on a letter ranking. All right, we're just gonna put him on a letter ranking. We're not doing left to right. So if I put somebody else in the B tier, it doesn't mean they're stronger than Akai or weaker. They're just in the same tier. All right, that's how it's gonna go. I think he's gonna be B tier. All right, let's Amon. Obviously, you don't play Amon in the XP lane. Have you guys seen it? I don't know. He's usually jungle. If anything, like if he's like really off role, I think he could play mage, position 4. But anyways, Aldous, he's either C or B. I mean, before, like I've seen Aldous in the tournaments before. That was like a long time ago. That was in the era of Wise. But now I don't really see him anymore. He might be C because he's so scaling. Yes, he hurts late game, but he's so scaling that he cannot help at turtle fights. You gotta remember that the XP lane is super important at turtle fights. And if you can't do that, like you're kind of useless for like the first 8 minutes of the game. I think this guy is C tier. I'm gonna be honest with you. Alright? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this guy's C tier. Plus, he's a slow farmer. Well, once you get going at the late game, he's a fast clear. He could split push, but that's about it. He needs to get to late game, which is like a hard condition to do in some ways, because, you know, in most cases, you're not going to get the first turtle with Aldous as your XP laner. He's so bad on team fights, because if the enemy team has like hard CC, like, for example, Tigreal or Cho, he can just kick you, kill you, and you're pretty much dead. Alright, this is an XP lane tier list, so if you just got here, we're doing the XP lane tier list, alright? Alright, so C tier, I think we can all agree he's C tier. Alice, let's talk about Alice. Alice is also scaling, but he is a little bit better than Aldous in terms of team fights, but she's scaling. So even if you get level 4 at the turtle fight, I mean, have I seen an Alice XP? In scrims and tournaments? Not really, no. I would put Alice in like the jungler, but like she's really bad as XP. Because like again, being an XP laner, you need to be good at the turtle fight, in my opinion. Yeah, Alice is so situational. Like you need to, she's scaling. First of all, her team fight is better than Aldous, but I wouldn't say it's good. She's still pretty bad, especially at the early stages of the game. She's like in between C and B. What do you guys think? Alice is like gold lane or jungle for me. And I have seen mage at mid Alice, but that's about it. Like, man, this one's hard. This one's hard. This is the first one I'm getting confused on. I think she's more on... She's C. C. I don't see her in tournaments in the XP lane. She's C. I'm gonna put her at C. She's too scaling. It just, in the current meta, you need to be really strong at the first turtle fight. I think she's C or C. I think she's C. That's like one condition that you want to do in the XP lane. Like if you notice, Lucas really strong in the turtle fight, level 4. Obvious really strong turtle fight, level 4. Glue really strong turtle fight, level 4. Right? Like all these meta XP laners are really strong. Right? Yeah, I think she in laning she gets demolished. She needs to last hit, which is her laning is kind of bad. You can get freeze if the enemy team is good enough, like they could freeze you. So I think she's C. She's C. I would say she's still C, but I wouldn't say she's better than Aldous or weaker than Aldous. They're just in the same tier, right? They're just in the same. Yeah, the level 4 power spike is real. It's like so situational. Anyways, let's go Alpha. Okay, Alpha I have seen before. I have seen people play Alpha XP. Kirk has done it. He might be A or B. People use Alpha XP for Phoveus. And you could actually argue that Alpha XP could actually work on Lucas as well. If you, in terms of laning and 1v1, I think Alpha is more on A, a little more viable than Akai, in my opinion. What do you think? Yeah, I think Alpha's A. Alpha's alright, but I think I like Alpha more in the jungle. Light flex. I think he's A, in my opinion. He's pretty good on turtle fights. His laning is really good because his early game is pretty freaking strong. He deals true damage, so you're like a little bit tanky, but then you still do a lot of damage. You have low cooldown and you have a lot of sustain. So I think Alpha's A. Yeah. Anti-meta pick. Like that's a underrated pick, I would say. Like you could nobody does it, but you could really flex an Alpha pick. Usually people put him in the jungle, but I think he could be a really good XP laner as well. Yeah, that true damage annoying as hell, bro. Yeah, I agree, guys. Kinda the same realm as Glue where he handles the tank XP. Yeah, I agree. So A, we can all agree he's A. Alright, next. You guys won't believe it, but I've actually seen an Angela XP way before with support emblem, but that doesn't work anymore, so we're not gonna put him there. Have I seen an Alucard? Should we? No, Alucard is a jungler. We're not gonna put him in an XP lane tier. Here we go, Argus. Alright, Argus freaking hurts now. He got a buff, and he kind of hurts. And I think nobody knows his playstyle. Like nobody knows how to play his. I'm not putting him at B. He's there for now. Wait up. Nobody knows how to play his playstyle correctly. He's like a super split push hero. This guy, I think, but he's so vulnerable to like crowd control. He is better than Aldous in the first turtle, I would say, because you have your ulti and you can't die and your lifesteal is pretty good, especially if you have Inspire. But if the enemy team has a lot of crowd control, you're kind of screwed. But then you have a free Purify on your ulti. You have a free Purify. So like, for example, you go in, Tigreal ult you can use your ulti and Purify, pretty much. Yeah, I think Argus is actually not that bad, to be honest with you. I think nobody just knows how to play him, but if somebody finds out how to play Argus correctly, like, I don't know if you guys have watched League of Legends, but I don't know if you know Boz. He's like one of the streamers, one of the best streamers or top streamers in League of Legends right now. He's playing Sion at the fighter lane, XP lane, by feeding and putting bounty on the enemy. And I think Argus could do that, and I kind of want to experiment on that. Right, he puts bounty on the enemy and he just keeps split pushing and dying, so he pretty much gets the attention of the enemy, so that the enemy could react to him and split push while your team, the rest of your team, are doing like the rest of the objectives. So while the enemy team is busy trying to deal with you and trying to kill you, and you're split pushing, you're just buying time, your teammates are actually taking objectives. So that's like the main concept of how Boss plays in League of Legends with Sion. I don't know if you know him. And I think it's a really good like concept that I don't know if people would do it in the tournament, but it's like really risky. But I've thought about it, but it's kind of like people might bash me if I draft this shit, so it's kind of risky. I would put him at A. I think people just don't understand how he plays, but he's really strong. I swear to God, he's really strong. If you put him, if you fight him mid game, he's like one of the best 1v1s. Maybe he could even beat Sun in a 1v1 if you play it correctly. To be honest with you. Right? I think Argus, if you play him correctly, you need to be really good. Okay? It's very situational. Surprisingly, this is a surprise, like, underrated pick for me. I think people just don't know how to play it correctly, okay? In my opinion. Hopefully you guys agree. What do you guys think? Simping Argus. I'm not simping Argus. Like, I used to put Argus, and if you've seen my previous tier list, I would put Argus, like, straight up F. But with the current buff that he had, and, you know, some new items, like, if you put, like, Rose Gold, for example, Rose Gold had a revamp, right? The more lifesteal you have, the more hybrid defense that you have. Every 1% lifesteal you have has a hybrid defense of 1. So imagine Argus with that. Rose Gold with a bunch of lifesteal, so you're tanky, you have immortality, your OT, you get so much lifesteal, and you're still a little bit tanky. And you freaking hurt. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's good pound for pound. So anyways, A. He's A. Alright. Next. Arlott. Arlott. He might be A or S. Like, I don't see a lot of Arlotts right now, because... Okay, so the reason why... Before, Arlott was really good. Alright? He had no more mana, you could spam your skills, you could just dash. He's an anti-assassin. Before, Arlott was really good. Well, he's still good in the turtle fight, his cooldowns are really low, he has a lot of sustain, and he's hard to kill. I think he might be S. You could still use him, and I think he's just very underrated right now in the meta. Because right now the jungle is going around Joy, Suyu, and who else? Nolan, Fanny. Alright? And then there's Alpha and Fredrin sometimes in the jungle. Okay? But the problem with Arlott is his laning against Fulvius. He gets destroyed. CC's meta right now. So he gets destroyed by those two, like those two picks in general. So that's why he's not picked as often, because of the Fulvius. Same thing with, I'm not sure about the Lucas Arlott. I think Lucas also destroys Arlott, in my opinion. Because Lucas has immune. And has a lot of sustain. I think Lucas beats Arlott too, in my opinion. You could even go Yu Zhong against Arlott, to be honest. So he might be like A or S. Yeah, but he gets countered. He's good though. Like, he's good against assassins. So I think he's still viable. Also, the hard part about Arlott is you cannot front with Arlott. He's too squishy. Too squishy compared to the other XPs like Fulvius, Glue, Edith, and Lucas. He's squishier, I would say. Squishier than those heroes. But then again, he has more sustain, so really depends. I think his laning is the biggest problem. Pre-level 4 is the biggest problem, right? He might be A or S. He's like leaning towards low S, to be honest with you. He's like borderline A. I'm gonna be honest with you. But for now, we could change it. Put him at S. Let's put him at S for now. Okay? Put him at S for now. Alright, next. Badang. I think Badang could really work right now. A lot of people are playing Badang XP. He's kind of... How would you say this? First of all, he's a flex pick. Alright? I don't think he's ban worthy. He's not OP. He's a flex pick. He's pretty decent at the turtle fight. He has the second skill, so he could put a wall on you. And he has a stun if you combo correctly. Second skill, first skill into the wall. And then you have your ulti to stun a little bit longer. And some Badangs would take Petrify, so the stun even lasts a lot longer. So I think Badang is S. I would say he's better than Arlott, but how do I remove this? Wait up. Alright, there we go. He's better than Arlott. I would say he's better than Arlott, in my opinion. Even... Badang is even good against Arlott, actually. Yeah, easy S tier, I think. Easy S tier. Badang is also good against Arlott, if you think about it. Yeah. Flexibility, bro. Easy S tier. But he's not borderline A. I would say he's higher than Arlott. Higher than Arlott. Okay? Alright. I think that's a pretty easy one to rank. Anyways, next. We have... Bauman? I think he's C. I think Bauman is C, guys. I have seen a Bauman XP lane in rank, but never in tournaments. He's C. First of all, he barely has any crowd control. He has a slow, if anything, and like a quick knockback. He's a C. All he can do is last hit and steal your kills. Steal the kills from your jungler and your gold laner with the ulti. D if there was a D. I would definitely rank him. Yeah, he's probably a C, I would say. As an XP laner. As an XP laner, he's a C. Okay? Okay, next. I think this one's pretty easy. Not a lot of CC. He's tanky, but he doesn't affect the team fight too well. He's just there to last hit and kind of be annoying. Yeah. This is XP only, guys. XP only. If you guys are just standing by, this is XP lane. Tier list, okay? Next. Bane. I think he's more of a B. I wouldn't say he's a C. He's like a B. I think Bane is a B. I mean, his team fight's pretty good. His laning's pretty good with a poke on the first skill. He has sustain on his second skill. And his ulti's pretty good on team fights. Like, if you're about to retreat 50-50, Bane could ulti and then kind of just crowd control the enemy jungler a little bit. He might be a B. I think this guy's a B. No way you see Bane. No, I'm not saying Bane. I'm not saying Bane. No. No, not letter C. I think this is good. Dude, we don't have an auto pick and ban zone yet. Alright, so B. I think it's B. Which Bane do you think is better, physical or magic? In my opinion, if you're playing XP Bane, it's gonna be like hybrid. War Axe tank. War Axe tank, I think. But if you're playing Mage Bane at mid, then you go magic. Okay? So next, Barats. Barats is so slow. His laning is pretty decent. He's an A or S. Maybe an A. I think I'm leaning more towards an A. The problem with Barats is his mobility. He's so freaking slow. Without Mathilda, he's kinda... If he gets caught, he's dead. I think he's an A. He's really tanky though. And he's good with the new Thunderbelt, I would think. I would think he's good with a new Thunderbelt build. He might be A. He gets destroyed by CC. Gets destroyed by CC, like gets melted. Who else? Glue. You get destroyed by Glue. You kind of get destroyed by Phoveus a little bit. Not destroyed, but like a 50-50. Depends on how you ult. B to A, I believe. I think he's in like lower A along with these guys. Oh, I could switch. Okay. Okay, yeah, there you go. I think he might be A though. I don't see him a lot in tournaments right now, but I think he might be A. Yeah, Mathilda can be an A if there's a Mathilda. If you have like a right combo. Like if you have a Florine, Estes, or a Mathilda. He might be really good. Can't put Barats over Akai any day. Should we put him down at B? I think he's still decent. No? Barats? I mean, Alpha destroys Barats in terms of laning, but in terms of level 4, Barats ulti is kinda... It's how you use your ulti as well. Like, are you gonna hit anyone with your ulti? Yeah, it's kinda scary as well, like the setup. Compared to these guys. Oh, shit. Alright, I think we'll put him at B. God damn it. Why is Argus... I can't believe I'm ranking Argus higher than Barats. What kind of tier list is this? This is not good. I'm ranking Argus higher than Barats. Is that acceptable? Did I just gaslight Argus right now? Did I gaslight Argus, bro? Is it me? What do you guys think? Alright, I'll put him at B for now. I'll put him at B. Are we basing this overall? Yeah, overall, like tournaments, well, on a coach's perspective as well, like tournaments, rank games, solo queue, and stuff like that. And solo queue is a lot different. I think more on tournaments, what you could play in tournaments. Barats is a low A. Let's put him at B for now. Let's put him at B. Okay, next. Baksha. Baksha could be really good, but he gets destroyed by CC. He gets destroyed by Glue. He gets destroyed by Alpha. He gets destroyed by Akai, technically, in terms of team fights, because Akai could just Hurricane Dance. What Baksha is really good against, though, is Hilda. Baksha is really good against Hilda, which is like a popular pick right now in the XP lane, which is annoying. Who else is Baksha good against? Phoveus? No. Phoveus gets destroyed by Baksha, I think. Anti-heal. Yeah, you could fight Khalid with Baksha as well. Maybe Baksha's an A. And he's freaking tanky in the front line, and he has a little bit more mobility. The problem with Baksha and the XP lane is his clear is so slow. Yeah, his clear is so slow, but the anti-heal is like super good. You don't have to build Dominance Ice. That's a good thing. We need to try this. I can't believe nobody's trying Baksha against Hilda. Baksha XP lane could work against Hilda. And you could roll around the map pretty quickly. Yeah, but his wave clear is so bad. What do you guys think? A or B? I think I'm thinking A or B. Too long. Go fast. Alright, my bad, man. I guess we'll go B. We'll go B. His clear is way too slow. He's just gonna get left in lane. Even if he has mobility, I would say his clear is way too slow. Unless he has concussive, does it even matter? I don't know. You think A? We'll put him at B for now. These two should be A, I think. These two. Jesus Christ, why am I... What's happening? Anyways, I'll adjust at the end. Rrq XP. His clear is really slow as well. He has a power spike at level 4. His team fight's really good. So... A or B? Rrq. I've never seen a Rrq XP in tournaments. I've seen Rrq roamer, but not XP. So... He might be B. This guy's a B, I think. More towards like these guys. I can't believe I put Argus. I'm ranking Argus better than these guys. What the hell is going on? Anyways, Benedetta. Ooh. Benedetta. A or S? A or S? Benedetta is only good if you have a utility jungler. And utility junglers are not that popular right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. He might be A. So the only reason why he's A is there's not a lot of utility junglers. Alpha Fredrin. What else? What else can you play utility? That's it. Those are the only two really good utility junglers that you could pick. Maybe I'm forgetting, but I think he's A. If utility junglers were more of a meta, he would be S. But I think he's A, just because utility, they're not that popular right now. Alright, next. Carmilla. Good team fight. Good sustain. Kinda slow at clear. This guy has such a slow clear. This guy might be B. This guy might be B. Yeah, Akai. Akai is also a good utility jungler. Carmilla. Like this, Carmilla gets countered so hard by Valen. Valen is so popular. Cannot even pick this. Valen's so popular. And like, a lot of the heroes right now, utility, a lot of the junglers right now are assassins, so they're hard to catch. Carmilla is only really good against utility junglers. I think she's a B, just because, like I said, like assassins are meta right now. They're hard to catch. Like there's a really low chance that you could catch an assassin jungler with Carmilla ulti. Low chance. Low chance. Slow wave clear, cannot split push. Well, there's a lot of these that can't split push. Yeah, I think he's a B. Like a high B. Good team fight though. But it really depends if you can hit people with the ulti. But if you can't, you're kind of useless. After that, you're useless. I think more of a B. Alright, next. I'm not gonna put Chip in XP lane tier list, am I? No, nobody does that. Screw that. Chu. Chu's so versatile. I want him on S. I wouldn't say he's ban worthy. The mobility is there, the wave clear is there, he's fast, mobility. He can set up, he's like so agile. S. Choose S. Definitely. Not ban worthy though. Not ban worthy. Choose S. Oh there, here we go. Here we go. Now we're talking ban worthy stuff. CC is freaking annoying right now. He actually counters a lot of the meta right now. So I think he could be picked or banned. CC's picked or banned. She counters Lucas, Glue, Arlott. Who else? She counters the Mathilda Lucas combo. Bruh, she's not there yet. Wait. She's all the way here. Inisa-isa ko. CC. I think CC is ban worthy, in my opinion. If you guys have, well, I'm seeing the scrims, so yeah, CC's kind of annoying right now, to be honest. And I don't know any heroes that could actually like straight up counter her. The closest is Yu Zhong in laning. Closest one that could counter CC is Yu Zhong. You could even counter Hilda with CC. Anybody that's tanky, you could pretty much counter with CC. Maybe except for, no, even Phobius has a hard time with CC. I'm gonna be honest with you. Alright, so CC's ban and pick for me. Ban pick, in my opinion. Alright, next. Okay, no more XP here. Next, Dyroth. Ooh, Dyroth. Oh, shit. Why can I not put him up? Wait. Dyroth. Wait. Dyroth is gonna be... Damn, Dyroth is so underrated right now. Like, if you build him tanky with his new revamp, he's actually really good. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I don't... Oh, some people could counter this with glue. Yeah, you can counter this. You could counter glue with Dyroth. But Phobius kind of... No, even Phobius. No? Yeah, Dyroth is so underrated. You could counter Hilda with Dyroth too. With the minus armor. And sustain. Dyroth has so much sustain in the early game. Dyroth could be like an underrated pick. He's like an AS. What do you guys think? I think he's A. The only problem with Dyroth, no crowd control. That's the only problem. No crowd control. So I think because of that, like, crowd control being a really big part of being an XP. Well, this guy has no crowd control except for his ulti. But she's so strong laning and she can split push that she's annoying that she can melt people down. So that doesn't make sense that I'm ranking Dyroth just because of no crowd control. Because CC also does not have any crowd control. Yeah. But yeah, this time around you can actually build Dyroth like tanky and he still hurts. Okay, we'll put him at A for now. God damn it. What? I'm like contradicting myself. What the hell? Yeah, no crowd control. It's not the same. I'm telling you, it's not the same. Like, if you've seen the CCs and Dyroths, it's definitely not the same. I mean, CC has some form of crowd control. Dyroth only has a slow. CC has the ulti, so it's a little bit different. We'll put Dyroth as an A. Alright, next. She's underrated. He's really good against Hilda. Hilda, Glue, and even Phobius, to be honest. If you minus armor and if you have a combo, like, for example, you have a Suyu. You minus armor, Suyu goes in, goes for the kill. Right? Like some type of combo like that. Edith is an S for me. S. Still a really good XP laner. No, I don't think Edith is that OP. Still a really good XP laner. Gets hard countered by Badang, by the way. Yeah, Badang hard counters Edith. The problem with Edith is her mobility. She's not that fast compared to Hilda. You know. Oh, also, by the way, from the previous hero, Dyroth. Dyroth is also very good against Hylos. I think Edith could be an S. Yeah, she like overall, she's pretty good. Good kit. Like even at the turtle fights, when you ulti, if you have full stack on your Wrath, you could actually like auto attack. Just stand there and auto attack, and you could sustain pretty well. And you could burst lords, you could burst turtles with your ulti if you really have to. So I think Edith is an S in my opinion. Edith is, but I don't think she's like OP like before, because before she was like constantly prioritized. But now this time around, not really. No. All right, next, Esme. Esme right now. Esme could actually be pretty decent against Hilda, because Hilda gets shield whenever she goes into a bush. But I don't think she does enough. Like, she doesn't have any, like... Oh, she does have CC. She has the Falling Star Moon and Slow. I think she's kind of squishier than the other XP laners, though. And she's really good against Cho. XP at least. In terms of 1v1, Esme counters Cho. 1v1. And if you think about it, Esme is really good against Edith as well. And Arlott. And Badang. She's underrated. She gets countered by Dairoth. And I think she gets countered by CC as well. I'm not sure. I haven't tried that matchup. CC Esme matchup, I haven't tried. I haven't tried that one. You think Esme is an S? Nobody plays her right now. Nobody really plays Esme right now. But it's like super situational, huh? Okay, so let's think about it. Let's think about the meta right now. There's Phoveus, Glue, Lucas. Can she take on Lucas? Can she take on Lucas? Can Esmeralda take on Lucas? I've never tried that matchup because nobody plays Esme in tournaments and scrims right now. Yeah, Esme feels so squishy for me. I wouldn't put her at S. Like, she doesn't deal. She gets melted by Suyu. She gets melted by Hayabusa right now, I would say, at the early stage. But late game, no. Even Esme is pretty decent against Hayabusa, actually. Joy, she's squishy. She's too squishy for me. Lucas wins lanes. I think Lucas wins too. Her impact and teamfight will be lesser than the other XP laners. I would say so too. I think he's A. She's A. Just because she's not that teamfight. She's more on a split push type. She shines like mid game to late game. She shines mid game to late game, I would say, when she gets her items. Yeah, she's too squishy. Put her at A. Next. Who do we have? We have Fredrin XP. Okay. Alright, Fredrin XP we'll put at... Has a lot of CC. Really good on team fights. Really bad against Glue. Really bad against CC. Really bad against Phoveus. A? Like, his laning is not that good. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's like an A or B, to be honest with you. He has a lot of CC. Yes, Fredrin has a lot of CC. He's like a hyper frontline. He's a hyper frontline. He might be like a high B. High B, borderline A. High B, borderline A. Yeah, he's... The good thing though... Hey, listen up. The good thing though is he's a flex pick. XP and jungle. Flex pick. So that's the good thing. And when you're in the MDL, like my team is, it's global ban, so you could kind of like play around with Fredrin, you feel me? Yeah, his laning phase is kind of ass. I'm gonna be honest with you. He can't split push. Has really good CC, but I don't think it's enough to say S. He's like a high B. God damn. How do I even put him here? Oh, I can put him here. Okay. Damn. Now let's put him at A for now. The CC is pretty decent. His team fight's good at the turtle fight. And he's really tanky. I think it depends on how you build around the Fredrin XP. It depends. He's a high B though. He's like borderline bottom line A. Okay? We'll put him at... He's a high B. I wouldn't say he's as bad as these guys. I think he's better. Yeah. Better for me. Better. High B. For the CC. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. His team fight's really good at the first turtle fight. Alright, next. Freya. Freya, you've seen KillVJ use Freya, but there's not a lot of XP laners in the Chinese version. Very vulnerable to crowd control. Kind of like an Aldous. Has high damage, but not a lot of CC, just a knockup. She might be like a Fredrin where A or B. What do you guys think? Better in gold, not gonna lie. Yeah, I think she's better in gold. I would say like... She's squishy though. She's squishy. She's not meant to be squishy. Like XP laners are meant to be like kind of like damage, like the sandbag of the team. Damn. I think I'm gonna put her at B. I'm not gonna. Sorry, man. As an XP laner, B. She's a B. I'm sorry. She deals a lot of damage, but that doesn't mean she's good. That doesn't mean she's good, bro. All right, here we go. Next. Oh, here we go. We're talking about the big guns right here. Gatot. Yeah. He's the best in jungle. I think more on gold and jungle. Yeah. I think Gatot is S. Damn, he's like borderline pick and ban. Because Gatot is so versatile too. You can do XP and roam. Flex. He's good against Eve. His sustain is really good against assassins. And with Revitalize, he's kind of insane. He's like a borderline pick and ban. Damn. What do you guys think? S or pick and ban? I'm leaning more towards here, like in between. Ban worthy for flex. Yeah, he's flexible too. He's a high S, bro. This guy's a high S, like, yeah, like right there. He's like borderline pick and ban. He's kind of annoying. If you get smacked with like full stacks on his wrath, even if you build tanky, he hurts like hell. How about highlight? Wait, there's no highlight. We're going one by one, guys. We're going across the line. We're going across the line. Alright, Gatot. He's borderline pick and ban. He's like really close. I think he's more here, to be honest with you. We'll put him on pick and ban right now. Because I see a lot of Gatot bans in the second phase bans. But in the first phase bans, there's not a lot of first phase bans. For Gatot. And he's also really prioritized. Like, you could flex him and he kind of doesn't have like a hard counter. I'm gonna be honest with you. He doesn't have a hard counter. The only problem with Gatot is he cannot engage by himself. He's not a good engager by himself. He needs to be like the counter engager. He needs to be like the follow-up. He can't be the first one engaging, since it's kind of hard to hit your ulti without, you know, crowd control first. Yeah. Anyways, next. We'll adjust. Oh my god, there's freaking glue. Alright. Glue. So there's a lot of assassins right now, and because of that, he might be an S. Glue is only really good if there's like a Fredrin or an Alpha in the enemy team. And then if there's no Faramis or Vexana on the enemy team. I think S. It's like he gets banned in the second phase, depending on who your jungler is. I think he's more of an S. He's not a pick or ban though, I would say. Because he's so situational and conditional in terms of draft. If there's a Faramis or Vexana, you get destroyed. 1 second skill from Vexana kills all your blobs. Faramis, even worse. You die right away. And if anybody's near you, if any of your teammates are near you, they blow up and all your teammates die. But there's a lot of assassins right now. Joy, Suyu, Fanny, and Glue cannot do anything against that. So, because of that, because he's good against Alpha and Fredrin, we're gonna put him at an S and not pick and ban. Alright, S. Glue. Next, Rrq. I have seen a Rrq before. So I've seen a Rrq damage build before, since the more physical attack you build for Rrq, the more armor you have. So you're really good against heroes like Suyu, Ling, and Fanny and stuff like that. His wave clear is pretty good, but his mobility is a little bit ass. He does speed up when you go next to walls, but that's about it. He might be... it really depends if you hit your ulti on at level 4. And he's weak against mages. He is very weak against mages. So if there's like a Joy on the other team, you're kinda screwed. He might be an A. He's like situational. If there's like a Joy on the other team and like who else? Vexana, even Aurora, you're kinda screwed. He might just be an A. Yeah. So he's like situational. He's kind of bad. He's really bad against mages. So we'll put him at A. I'm not a big fan of Rrq. He might be even be like B, almost B, since he's so situational. I'm gonna be honest with you. Alright. Gwyn. Now, like I said, Gwyn is like the same thing as a Freya. In most cases, I like Gwyn at the roamer. And a lot of Gwyns that I see in rank build damage Gwyn. And I'm not a big fan of building damage when you're an XP laner, since you're supposed to soak damage as an XP laner. Gwyn tank XP? I mean, it depends if you have follow-up, it depends if you have burst on your team. But you can only get like one guy at most of the time. You can only second skill one guy, and her ulti lasts a long time. Like the crowd control time is really like, it lasts a long time. But I don't know how I feel about this though. Her clear is kind of slow. I'm gonna be honest with you. Her clear is pretty slow, especially if you build her tank. If you build her tank, her clear is pretty damn slow. You just first skill. And you get destroyed by Phoveus. You get destroyed by Badang, Phoveus, Chu. Edith could counter engage you, could cancel you. Vexana is kinda meta right now, so you could cancel. There's a lot of ways to cancel the Gwyn actually, and counterplay the Gwyn. Also, Aurora could cancel you as well. She's like a bottom line A, bro. High B, bottom line A, I would say. I don't want her damage though. It's a bruiser Gwyn. It's gotta be a bruiser Gwyn. I think she's B. She's like the same thing as Freya, no? Because if you mess up your second skill, you're useless for the rest of the team fight, no? Unless you get a stack. Unless you get stacks. She's useless for the rest of the team fights, bro. And imagine your cooldown on your second skill, it's like 12 seconds. Laning is weak. If you miss, it's like super skill dependent. Rrq is good in Badang lane. Oh yeah, he is good. Shoutout sa'yo, Monli Lanoy. Yeah, B. Gwyn, B. Next. Hanzo, I've never seen a Hanzo XP. Hilda! Here we go. We're talking about the big guns. Let's go. Hilda's a ban that hero. Really annoying, so tanky, just runs around and messes up with you. Disturbs the freaking backline. So annoying, bro. That's a ban. We ban this hero, bro. Hilda's a revitalize Hilda. Run away. So tanky, can't even burst you. Ban. Not a lot of CC. Well, she has CC on her ulti, has minus armor, and deals a shit ton of damage. Hilda is a ban-worthy hero. Don't even argue with me. Don't even argue with me with that. And next, Hylos. Hylos is also very good, like especially against assassins right now. Damn, Hylos could even take Alpha, to be honest. Like on a team fight, the slow is insane. Hylos might be ban worthy too, bro. Hylos is freaking ban worthy. I swear to God, Hylos is like an anti-Hayabusa pick. No joke. And he's still pretty good against Suyu and Joy, because your first skill is actually just you first skill and you can just auto attack and you hit them as long as you're close to them. Yeah, Hylos is really bad against CC though. So CC counters Hylos pretty hard, but Hylos is pretty good against Hilda, not bad. Pretty good against Phoveus. Yeah, Hylos is good against Phoveus. So since he counters a lot of the meta picks as well, Hylos is really good. Good frontline, good sustain, has revitalize as well. On the team fight, the slow, the pathway is pretty darn good. Hylos might be an auto pick and ban. More of a roam. No, he's more an XP. At the roam, he's kinda still have that Omega versus China team PTSD. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the 6 Malaysian rupee, Kachan. Thank you. Borderline ban, yeah, it's a borderline ban. He's like a high S. We'll put him there for now. These are the really good picks, in my opinion, in the current meta. Really good picks. Okay, next. Jawhead. Jawhead is better at roam, bro. But he's single target. A lot of people play him in rank as a damage dealer Jawhead. If you build him tank, he clears pretty fast, he could leash pretty fast. But in team fights, he kind of falls off since he's single target and he's kind of easy to kill. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's much better as a roamer since he could leash. But as an XP laner, I think he's kind of bad, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan. As an XP laner, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. Yeah, he's like high B maybe. If you mess up, you're kind of screwed. Your mobility is only your second skill. If you mess up your second skill to try and set up and you mess that up, you're screwed. And your ulti could even be dodged by flickers, by dashes. Your ulti could be dodged. Easily dodged and easily counter engaged. So I think B. We're going B. Yeah, he falls really hard. Falls off really hard. Next. Joy XP. Now, the Joy XP was a thing back in M6. Fried Chicken used it, I think, with vengeance. I think Joy might be an A. Like, with the right team composition, if you have a Fredrin, like for example, you have a Fredrin on your team, like MOBA Zane, and then you have Fried Chicken split pushing with Joy at the side lane, you could easily get to the back line on team fights. And you could poke down without dying pretty well. I think Joy might be A. With vengeance. What do you guys think? Hylo's better than him, so B. Go ahead. YZ next. Wait. We're doing the heroes one by one, guys. We're doing the heroes one by one. Joy might be A or B. But I think he's really viable depending on your team composition. So if you have a... He's really bad against Phoveus. Joy is really bad against Phoveus. Pretty decent against CC since CC cannot catch Joy. He's too fast. She's way too fast. If you synergize with Fredrin and Alpha as your jungler, I think Joy could work. Joy XP could work. Kind of underrated, to be honest. I don't know why not a lot of people use it. But she's better, way better in the jungle. But she's squishy. You have to build her damage. That's the fall off. I'm not a big fan of it. You have to build her damage. And if you get CC'd, you're kind of screwed. So if there's like an enemy Tigreal, Belric, or something like that, you're kind of screwed. Fredrin kind of screws you up. Well, Badang is also good against Joy as well. Arlott is pretty just against Joy. Anyways, B. I would say more on B. Like more here, like right there. Like a high B, I guess. Anyways, next. Nobody plays Johnson XP. Julian? I've seen Julian XP in freaking solo. People forcing Julian XP, and I've seen it before in tournaments, like way back then though. That was way back then, not now. Same thing, I think. You have to build him damage. Bad as an XP laner, better as a jungler. Clears so fast. Clears really fast. Julian is like a solo queue XP laner type of thing. Alright, this is an XP lane tier list, by the way. This is not a jungler tier list. As an XP laner, Julian is kind of bad. His laning is kind of bad early as well. Like, you only have your first skill. If you get caught, you're screwed. They could freeze you. Yeah, he's like a B. Anyways, next. Khalid. Okay, Khalid. We're talking about Khalid. Khalid is more of an S, I think. Khalid is S. Good poke. Good roaming capability. He's so freaking fast. He could outplay you and counter engage you with his ulti. High sustain with his second skill. I think he's an S. I don't think he's ban worthy though. He could easily get countered by this Hilda. Easily. Hilda, and he cannot do anything against Hylos. If you try to poke the Hylos, it's kind of just you get screwed. You're forced to ulti out. Gatot just smacks you every time you spin on him, and then CC wins against you as long as you don't have second skill, which your second skill takes like what 15-18 seconds. But the good part about him, he's a flex. He could be a roamer. I think he's better as a roamer, in my opinion. As a roamer. But as an XP laner, he's more of an S. He's really good against Mathilda. As a roamer. Not as an XP. As an XP, there's a lot of heroes that are good against Khalid. Lucas is also very good against Khalid, I think. You can cancel the second skill with your first skill. Yeah. Setting S. I think it's an S. Kind of falls off late game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Next. Lapu. Lapu's an A. Lapu's an A. Good on team fights. You could pretty much sustain your lane just by using first skill at the early stages of the game. High damage. Has a lot of sustain on team fights. And pretty decent crowd control. I think he could still be viable. I think he's an A. He's an A. He's like more right here. Argus is like more right here. He's an A. Easily like one of the most decent heroes. Lapu Lapu. Easily an A. Really good against Faramis. Could get into the back line without getting crowd controlled if you use it correctly. And really annoying sometimes. Alright. Has CC immune when you ulti. Has good stun. Decent damage. But cannot split push. That's the problem with Lapu. Okay, next. His cooldown on his ulti is also very, very low. Like 15 seconds, 16. Next. Leomart? The same opinion I have with the other damage dealers on the XP lane. But this guy is more of a C. Leo's ass in the XP lane. In the XP lane. There's not a lot of CC. You have to build him damage if you want to deal damage. If you build him tank, you deal nothing. Leo's so bad as an XP laner. You're so squishy if you build damage. Gets hard countered by crowd control. C. You need to scale as well. You need to scale with Leomord. Early game, unless the enemies are low. Unless the enemies are low, Leomord is really good. But if they're not low, like if nobody gets low, you're kind of screwed. You're depending on your teammate, which is not good. Leo is like a C, bro. Leo's a C. As an XP laner. As an XP laner. Now, we're talking about the big guns again. Who is this guy? This new hero. He's a pick or ban. Lucas. Alright, Sion. Take care, man. Lucas is freaking auto pick or ban. He's still pretty good. The annoying part about Lucas is if you pair him up with Mathilda and you can get into the backline like really, really easily, you're set. As long as you focus the mage. Yeah, ban it. But gets hard countered by CC. Gets hard countered by CC. Swear to God. In laning. Even Hilda wins against Lucas. Yeah, Hilda wins against Lucas. Well, not wins, but like Hilda could clear faster and has more mobility. But his level 1 to level 3 is really weak, Lucas. But once he turns level 4, he's quite strong at level 4. But I think he's still ban worthy. Screw Lucas. We're banning that guy. Mardis. Mardis might be B. Quite tanky. He's more on the jungler. He's better as a jungler. So you could spam his second skill and first skill. He's better as a jungler. As an XP laner, I'm not a big fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want to deal decent damage with his ulti, you have to build him like hybrid with a little bit of damage. Like Hunter Strike or something. But for me as an XP laner, B. Martis is B. Straight B. Not a lot of people play him in tournaments as well. Next. Okay, hear me out. Masha is so scaling. We actually tried Masha yesterday. It depends on how you synergize with Masha. You need a utility jungler for Masha. If you don't have a utility jungler, you're screwed. Like, he's like a BC. Masha is so scaling. It takes so long for him to get his items. But if you do get to the late game, she freaking hurts. But it's like, she counters Harris, she counters a lot of those heroes that are meta right now in the gold lane. But it just takes too long. Like, I get she's strong, but like, the condition in the turtle fight, you're useless. You're literally useless at the turtle fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you really have to get to the late game if you want her to actually make sense. And even in the late game, with good CC like a Tigreal or a Chu, I don't know, man. Like a high C maybe. Low B, high C. Yeah, she's so farm dependent. So if I'm going by that, what's it called? Philosophy, I should put Masha at C, because she's like the same concept as Aldous and Alice. Same concept. Same concept as even as Freya, like same. But at least Freya could help at the turtle fight. Masha cannot. I think it's C. I'm sorry. She scales too slow. If she scaled a little bit faster, it would be better. I'm sorry. Anyways. Now I'm thinking about Argus. Where the hell did I put Argus? Where's Argus? Oh, there she is. When I said scaling, Argus is the same shit. I should put this guy down B. I'm putting him at B. I was being an Argus lover earlier, but I think he's B. B. Low B. Freaking Argus. But there's this vision that I have with Argus that people cannot imagine right now, since I've only seen it in League of Legends. Alright, so we're gonna put, for now, for the viewers, we're gonna put Argus at B. Mincy, okay. Mincy Thar. Okay, Mincy. In most cases, you have to build corrosion sites for Mincy. Your ulti's pretty good, but it's kind of hard to land. You're hook dependent, and you're really only picked against Phoveus. This guy's like a low B. Badang over Lucas the what? Mincitar is like a B, I think. Because you could easily dodge his ulti. And his ulti cooldown is freaking long if you think about it. Yeah, if you mess up your ulti, he's so ulti dependent. Without your ulti, you're kinda Without your ulti, you're kinda ass. B. I don't like heroes like that. Like, if you look at these other heroes, low cooldown on their ultis. Low cooldown on their ultis. And can actually help the turtle. Low cooldown on ulti if you get a kill. Low cooldown on ulti, low cooldown on ulti, low cooldown on ulti, and a little bit lower cooldown on ulti. You see the trend here? You see the trend? Right? You're seeing the trend. Mincy is B. B. Alright, next. Okay, Minotaur. Okay. Paquito. Ito. Now, I think same thing with the Joy. You need to have Fredrin or Alpha on your team if you want Paquito on your team. Really good mobility. He freaking hurts. But he's definitely more useful at the turtle fight, since he could reset his skills and you could knock up people pretty well. You could poke down people pretty darn well with the uppercut. I think Pacquiao might be like a high B, low A. High B, low A. What do you think? High B, low A. In the current meta, there's not a lot of utilities. So maybe I'll put him like next to Joy since they have like the same concept. Right? Same concept. Gets destroyed by... Actually, you know what? Paquito gets destroyed by Barats, by the way. Yeah. Counters Paquito. Esme is really good against Paquito. Glue is pretty decent against Paquito. Badang is pretty... he's alright. Anyways, yeah, Paquito might be. Same concept as Joy. Can't split push, you need a good synergy with it. You need a utility jungler with it. If you pick Paquito with like, for example, Suyu or Joy, you're so squishy. Nobody's gonna front for you. You only have one tank. It's kind of hard in the current meta. Anyways, next. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Easily pick or ban. Obvious. Ban this hero. There's a lot of assassins. You can even stop Fanny in the middle of his cable if you have a passive. You could cancel True Kick. You could literally disrupt so many skills. You could cancel True Kick. You have so much sustain. The only bad part about Phoebe is mobility. Ass. I think he's ban-worthy though. Ban-worthy. Phobius. Phobius is not better than Badang. Are you serious? In terms of team fight? Think about it. If you mess up your combo with Badang, you're screwed. For Phobius, if you mess up, you have your passive, you're good. What do you mean? Like, skill dependent wise, he's easy to play. And you could literally be a player that just clicks and not think about much. You just click. As long as you don't jump into the tower, you're good. Phobius is really strong. And he's good against Lucas. Lucas and Hilda. He's good against Lucas and Hilda. Yeah, barely sustainable late. Lot of dashes, really annoying, hard to kill, right? Can disrupt the backline so hard at turtle fights. So strong on turtle fights. He's even good against Brethren, to be honest. He's really bad against Alpha though. Oh, he's really bad against Alpha. So that's the only bad part. You could even like cancel ulti from Hayabusa when they shadow in. You could disrupt so many skills like just with your passive. Not a lot of people are taking advantage of it. But anyways. Yeah. Let's go. I think he's a ban worthy. Next. Ruby. Ruby XP. I think Ruby XP is an A. Low cooldown. Pretty decent sustain. But you kind of have to build War Axe on Ruby. Decent sustain, high CC. Pretty good on team fights. If you mess up, you're kind of... You're alright. Your second skill is like 5 seconds cooldown. I think A. Ruby A. I got beaten up to a pulp by a Sun as Phobius yesterday. Well, Sun counters Phobius. We're not talking about counters here. There's some heroes that are in B that could counter heroes from here. If you think about it. But that doesn't mean they're better in the meta. You know what I mean? Like... Okay, Sun counters Phobius, but that doesn't mean he's a better XP laner than... You know, his tier as an XP laner should be here. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of 1v1, Sun is really good. We're not talking 1v1 here. We're talking about team play. We're talking team play, we're talking about team fight, we're talking about how it's gonna end in general. Because Sun doesn't have a lot of CC, if you think about it. Sun has damage, but if you have your teammates like protecting you and you have really good communication and just burst out the Sun, you're screwed. I think Ruby's an A. Right? Anyways. Speaking about Sun, you mentioned. Hear me out. Sun hurts, yes. He's like, Sun is more of like, first of all, he's a little bit scaling. Second of all, he's more of a split pusher. So he has the same concept as Joy and Paquito. Same concept. I think he's a B as an XP. B as an XP. Good in laning, but in team fights, he's kinda ass. Team fights, horrible. Lucas destroys you. Hilda would probably just run away from you at the early stages of the game, and then Hilda's gonna mess up with your jungler. And then you're gonna be left in lane. Good against Phoveus, yeah, but like in team fights, Phoveus is better than you. CC, you could 1v1 CC, yeah, for sure. I think Sun could 1v1 CC once he gets his items. But CC's better in the turtle fight. And CC counters a lot of like high HP heroes like these guys. This CC could actually, like, if you get two people stuck together, deals so much damage. Thing is B. Freaking, there's so many XP lane heroes, huh? Next, Sylvana. I guess Sylvana can be played XP. Sylvana's like a low B. She's mid. Sylvana's mid. If you mess up your ulti, you're screwed. She's so ulti dependent. You're like a pick-off hero. B. Right? What do you guys think? B, you need to build damage with her if you want some sustain. If you build her full tank, you don't deal a lot of damage, and you're kind of only useful if you have your ulti up. Without your ulti, you're ass. So, B. Alright, we got Terizla. Terizla's still pretty decent. He's not ban worthy, but good clear, good on team fights, really good against Alpha and Fredrin, high damage, tanky as hell. S. The Rizzler is S or A. S or A. The only problem with Terizla, slow as hell. He's freaking slow. Mobility so slow. He's so bad. He's like, so his movement is so slow. That's the only bad part about Terizla. But he has a lot of sustain. Badang counters him really hard. Because if you get walled, you're forced to ulti or flicker out. Terizla is like SA. But I'll give him an S. I'll give him an S. Man, he's so slow though. Yeah, low S. He's like a low S, high tier A. Yeah. Low S, high tier A. Freaking tanky and he hurts. Freaking Terizla's annoying. Anyways, next. Amus. I think. Yes, Tamus is actually really good against Terizla. But the problem with Tamus is you don't have any CC. You fall off so hard late game. You're really good at laning. You're fast to roam around the map. You fall off really hard. You have to build him corrosion side tanky build if you want to play Tamus. You're kind of just a sandbag. You're a straight up sandbag, and you're just you're just being annoying. You're a bait. I think he's an A. Tamus is an A. He's like high B, low A. High B, low A. Paquito is even more versatile than Tamus. Well, Paquito is really good against Tamus actually. In terms of matchup, Paquito wins against Tamus, but that doesn't mean he's a better XP lane because Tamus cannot split push like Paquito can in the late game. And if you build, like, if you have a Tamus and you usually need an assassin on your side, right? Because if you have a utility jungler with Tamus, nobody's gonna split push for you unless your gold lane can. Claude. Unless you have a Claude or a Moskov. You can pick Tamus with a utility jungler with Tamus. If you have an assassin with Tamus, you're building corrosion site first build, and you're kind of squishier in the early stages of the game. Unless you have ulti and then vengeance, of course. Then you're a little bit tankier, and he's annoying. Alright, I think he might be an A, like a low A. Low A. He's just annoying early. Next. Uranus. Uranus is like a B. I'm gonna be honest with you. No CC, you're kind of just like, if nobody cares about you, you're like a split push. You just split push, try to get a late game, you're scaling. Yo, jungle tier list, please. I'll do that next. Alright? I'll do that next. But I don't know if we'll finish though. We're taking so long on the XP lane tier list. I don't know if we'll finish. Thank you for the $2, Roar. I think he's B. He's like the same concept as these guys. Split pusher. Mainly split pusher. But you cannot really help on turtle fights. You're just gonna stack on him and you're kind of just being annoying. But if nobody cares about you, they can focus on your teammates and they kill all your teammates. And you're just like, oh, I'm the only one alive and I can't do anything. Yeah. How's he different from Esme? Because Esme actually has CC. Esme has Falling Star Moon. And a slow. But Yura only has a slow. That's the difference between Esme and Yura. Anyways, and in the early stage, there's no anti-heal. So next, we have X-Borg. Yo, do you know any coach my FE team needs? No, my FE team na needs coach. Any coach for coaching, like available for coaching? Wait up. Where did I put that hero? What the? Oh, where's the X-Borg? Oh my god, there's so many pictures. There he is. Okay, X-Borg XP. You can DM me on Discord. Alright. I think X-Borg is a B. Right now, assassins are meta. Right? And X-Borg really falls off against assassins. And there's a lot of mages that counter X-Borg. Barca. Savior. Sicilian, who's meta right now. Joy counters you. Ryu could burst your armor pretty quickly. Femi. Julian can burst your armor pretty quickly. His laning is kinda ass. If you don't have Fraga, you're useless. I think he's a B. I'll send it to you later, alright? I'll send it to you. Or you can DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. That's a lot better. DM me on Instagram. Alright. Anyways, next. X-Borg. There he is. He's at B. Yin? Do people play Yin in the XP lane? I guess. Like, Yin is like a... Yin is a C or B. Like, if you wanna... If you want Yin to be useful, you need to build him damage. And I'm not a big fan of that. He's a C or B. He's not good as an XP laner. As a jungler, maybe. Don't forget Valentina, boss. Yeah, I'll put Valentina. Wait up. I think he's like a C. As an XP laner, he's bad. Like, early game, you don't have damage yet as an XP laner. If you're building him damage, you're squishy. Like, you're kind of just there to ulti whoever you need to go 1v1 with. And then hopefully your team wins that team fight when you get out of your ulti, pretty much. Alright, hear me out. Hear me out. Valentina. So, why is Valentina in the XP lane? Apparently, Valentina counters Lucas very, very hard. You can get Lucas ulti and your cooldown on your ulti is super, super low. So that's why people pick Valentina XP. If you haven't tried it, try it. What they build, Thunderbelt. They do tank Valentina. Yeah. They actually do it. I swear to God. They do it. If you guys have never seen it, I swear, I promise you. If you watch our scrims, you'll see a Valentina XP if there's a Lucas. They flex it. So Valentina is like more of a B. I'm not really a big fan of it, to be honest. More of like a mid B. Like right here. Mid B. Anyways. Next. It's mainly for like a counter pick, to be honest with you. Yuzhong. Okay, Yuzhong. Yo, shout out to the 70 viewers. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the stream. Yuzhong is a S, I think. Or A. S or A. Why? Yuzhong is good in laning. Especially against CC. I think he's the only good CC counter. Only good CC counter. Yuzhong. And he's not even a hard counter, to be honest, against CC. He's like an S. Low S. Problem with Yuzhong is if you high cooldown on ulti, Yeah, please check later. I sent a request. Alright, thank you, Rrq. Thank you for another $2. I sent a request. I sent a request. Why did I just read your donation? Look, high cooldown on the ulti. So if you ulti and you're kind of screwed, you mess it up, you're screwed. Your whole team fight, your whole turtle fight is kind of done with. Your whole lord fight is done with. Good laning though. Really good on team fights. So I think it's like a low S. He's decent against Lucas because usually if you turn into a dragon, Lucas cannot disrupt you since you're immune as a dragon. So you're just gonna go straight into the back line, go for the mage or go for the gold laner, and you're good to go. Yeah, so I think he's an S, low S. YZ, I'm not saying he wins against CC, but he's like the only XP laner that could match up CC in the laning phase. That's what I mean. They're like a 50-50. Because CC's really good against Hylos, CC's really good against Lucas, CC's pretty decent against Hilda, Khalid, and really good against Glue. And then for Phoveus, you're really good at laning against Phoveus. Phoveus can't do shit until level 4. So like, if you think about laning, Yuzhong is the only hero that could actually keep up with laning. CC's really good against the Rizla. Right? CC's really good against Arlott. You know, maybe Badang could work against CC. No, but even CC could destroy Badang, to be honest with you, if you dodge his second skill with your second skill. If he messes up his second skill and you dodge it, he's screwed. Alright? Anyways, that's my take. That's my take for it. Next, this is the last. Zilong. Freaking Zilong. Why is he even here? Put this guy here. Scaling. Early game, kind of useless. He's like the same concept as these guys. You need damage. Scaling. Why do people play XP Zilong, please? Throw that shit away. What do you mean? Get that out. Get that away from here. Zilong is useless early game. Only good for split pushing. And only has 1 CC with your second skill. He just runs away from you. Alright, you guys can screenshot. This is the XP lane tier list. XP lane tier list. Screenshot now. Screenshot now. You know what? I'll take a screenshot too. Oh my god, I kind of screenshotted kind of ass. There we go. I'll screenshot too, to be honest with you. Okay, screenshotted. I screenshotted as well. Why did it not show up? It didn't show up on my... Where did my screenshot go? What the heck? Anyways, FN F6 screenshot, bro. This is my personal XP lane tier list. If you have a problem with it, I'm sorry. This is based off my experience and based on the scrims that I see. Sorry if you have any problems with it. Anyways, can we refresh now? I'm refreshing. Everybody done screenshotting? Everybody done screenshotting before I refresh? I will upload it in the channel. I will upload it in the channel. Don't worry. I will clip this. Alright, I'm reloading, refreshing now. Bye bye. Oh shit, it's still here. What the fuck? How do I remove? Clear row images. There we go. Oh, we gotta clear row images. Okay. That's the XP lane tier list. Next, jungle. We're gonna do jungle next. Hopefully I can finish this on time. Alright, hopefully I can finish this on time. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, Benedetta's good. Benedetta's good, but it really depends on your team composition, like I said. A lot of the meta right now revolves around Fanny, Suyu, and Joy. And you need to have a Fredrin on your team. And Fredrin is not even that good in the Lord dance anymore. You get smacked by the Lord quite often, and his sustain is not, because the Lord hits by HP base now, not like before. You guys need to understand that, and you need like an alpha on your team. Alright, first start. Jungle. This is jungle. Jungle. Alright, let's make, you know what? Let's make a vote again. Make a vote again. What tier list do you guys want me to make? There's jungle, gold, mid, roam. Roam, let's not do roam. It's gonna take way too long. There's too many. We can only do jungle. There's a lot of junglers too. Jungle, mid, and gold. That's it. You guys only have 3 choices. Jungle, mid, gold. Only 3 choices. I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Jungle. It looks like there's a lot of jungles. Because the roam takes too long. I can't do roam today. We have practice, so. Gold is really fast. Gold lane is really, really fast. So it looks like we're gonna do jungle. Jungle. We're gonna do jungle. Aim on. Like A or B. No ulti, kinda useless. No ulti, kinda useless. For now, put him at B. Decent wave clear at the jungle. Pretty prone to crowd control. Really easy to counter. Gets destroyed by a lot of heroes. He's one of the assassins that can get destroyed by glue. Impervious. Like some other assassins, like for example Fanny, you know, glue cannot really counter Fanny since she's too fast. I think B. Alucard. B. Alucard B. Again, a lot of damage, really easy to counter. Not tanky enough to even sustain in the Lord and Turtle fights. Has high damage if you're really fed, but he's like a solo queue pub stomper kind of. Alucard. B. B. Olus. Also a B. Kinda easy to counter. Get countered by Eve. All these guys get countered by Eve. Eve Sushin. Eve Sushin. Even Sicilian, to be honest. Savior. A lot of the mages. Aurora. Vexana. Countered really hard, which is like hard meta in the mages right now. So I think also B. Same concept. Has high damage at level 12. But 2 scaling. Not really good at turtle fights. Next. Should we put Cyclops as a jungler? Cyclops jungle? Cyclops jungle. Again, no mobility. A little bit scaling. His ulti is really good now, but I don't think it's enough. Still a B. Still a B. Yeah, just these are like the heroes that, oh, just crowd control them, they're done. Not a lot of mobility. He only has movement speed. I mean, even Alucard has like a dash. And he still gets countered really hard by CC. Alright, next. Just make sure I didn't miss anyone. Fanny. A really good Fanny. Auto pick ban. Auto pick ban. Really good Fanny. Auto pick ban. Get that out of here. I don't want to play against a Fanny. Screw that. Counters a lot of mages. Counters a lot of gold laners. We're banning Fanny. Gushin. So ulti dependent, but his ulti is low cooldown. He could dodge the ult. He could dodge crowd control a little bit better with his ulti, since he's not gonna go in unless he hits his first skill. His jungle pathing is kind of slow. I'm gonna be honest with you. What do you guys think about Gushin? Yeah, a really good Fanny player is freaking insane. Gushin, A or B? I think Gushin is like more of a B as well. Just high damage, but if you mess up your combo, he's like so skill dependent. If you mess up your combo for the team fight, you're screwed. You're kind of useless for the rest of the team fight. So you need to be really good with him. Alright, next. I've seen Granger jungles. I guess he's A, because his poke is pretty decent. He's not too bad. He's range. He's not, well, this Cyclops is range, but his range is really short. Granger's range is freaking far with the ulti. So, he doesn't have to go in. I think Granger is A. He farms pretty decent as well. Granger's an A, bro. Yeah, I will, Roar. I will. Yeah, he needs a really good front line, though. If he doesn't have front line, you're kind of screwed. Hanzo. I think same concept as these guys. He's annoying, but he cannot do Lord and Turtle dances quite well. Because if you don't have a ghost, you're kind of screwed. If you don't have ulti, you're screwed. So if the enemy team knows that you don't have a ghost, they go for you in the backline, or you're kind of just left waiting for your ulti to cool down, and you're useless for the rest of the team fight. B. Really fast at jungling though. Really fast jungler. But he's quite situational. If you have an enemy like Joy, Ling, Hanzo's screwed. And Fanny, yeah, Hanzo's screwed against those guys. But if nobody's gonna go to the back line, like even XPs could go to the imagine a Hilda against Hanzo. You get destroyed in the back line. So I think he's B. He's B. Kind of bad on he's hard to dance with at the Turtle and Lord. Okay, here we go. The big guns. Yeah, and Natalia against Hanzo. The big guns. Hayabusa right now is pretty darn good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Counters Mathilda really hard. Mathilda is like a hard meta right now. Really good against a lot of mages, especially Sushin. Eve. Decent against Sicilian. Good against Savior. Hayabusa is like an S picker ban. S picker ban. Like Hayabusa is like so good. Hayabusa is one of the only few heroes that could really counter the CC in the XP lane. CC has a hard time against Haya because he gets vengeance and he gets bursted. He doesn't have flicker. So Hayabusa is actually really good right now. Yeah. Hayabusa auto picker ban. Really? Are we really gonna put this? I've seen it. He's not that good though. He's so blue dependent. Ulti dependent as well. But his ulti is like really low cooldown. What do you guys think about this one? Isn't he slow at jungling? He's kind of slow at jungling. I think this guy's a B. I don't like him as a jungler. I've seen it though. He's kind of bad as a jungler. I'm not gonna lie. Gets countered by Mathilda. Just run away from his ulti and you're kind of good. Yeah. B. Too prone to crowd control. Harley. I think Harley might be A. Decent mobility with a second skill. You can burst down people pretty easily at the early game, but you fall off really hard late game. Like, there's a point where you cannot even burst anyone except for the backline at the late game. So he might be A. It really depends if you snowball. I think he's an A. Harley. Does objectives quite fast as well. He's an A. Rrq jungle. Global ulti. Has fear whenever he has his passive. He's quite fast whenever he's roaming around the map. He could jungle really fast. I think he's also an A. And he's one of the few heroes that are actually really good against Hayabusa. You can first kill out of the Hayabusa ulti. I think Rrq might be A. Yeah, but I haven't seen much Harley lately. But he definitely has pretty decent potential, to be honest with you. Decent outplay potential with the second skill. But you're such a one-dimensional jungler. Like, you're gonna second skill in, ulti, and then try to burst. That's pretty much Harley. In the early game you're good, but in the late game you fall off. For Rrq, you hurt late game, and you also hurt early game. And you have a global ulti. So he's like a high A Rrq. And you could kind of counter Hayabusa. When you're about to go for a 50-50 retro, Rrq could ulti and then, you know, try to turn around those team fights. Yeah, I think he's situational. I think he's more like high A. Better than Granger, I think. There we go. Anyways, next. We're gonna go through this really fast. Harina. Harina. Fast jungler. The only problem is he gets countered by a lot of XPs. Glue. Fulvius. Even Hilda. CC. Gets countered by a lot of XP laners. Really easy to kill. Really prone to crowd control. But has a lot of bursts. I think A. Hellcurt gets absolutely smashed by Fanny and Haya. No. Hellcurt is good against Haya. I don't know what you're talking about. Hellcurt counters Haya. You could literally dodge Hellcurt's ulti. I mean, Hayabusa's ulti with Hellcurt first skill. Have you never seen it? Plus, he has movement speed, so he can get out of it like quite easily, and he could go into your shadow and just kill you. Karina's an A, fast jungler, but really prone to CC. To be honest with you, kind of one-dimensional. You're kind of just there to kill people. He might be like a low A. To be honest with you, he has movement speed. He can dodge auto attacks, but he's melee. He's not like Harley, where Harley's range easier to kill. Low A. Next. I'm not gonna put Kimmy, screw that. Lancelot. I think Lancelot could still work. Really good against the mages right now. Sushin. I mean, not super good against Sushin, but good against Eve. Good against Eve, Sicilian. Savior. Not bad. You could dodge a lot of ultis with you could use your second skill to dodge the Vexana ulti, dodge a Aurora ulti and stuff like that. Has outplay potential if you're a really good Lancelot. I think Lancelot might be an S. Not gonna lie. He might be an S. Like he's still very much viable, in my opinion. If the auto pick ban junglers are not there, he's still very much viable. I'm gonna be honest with you. He still hurts, and he's like versatile too. If you need more front line, you can build him tanky like Thunderwelt. But if you need more damage, you can build him damage as well. He's kind of versatile. He's pretty good, to be honest with you. Is Karina better than Alucard? Yeah. Yeah. Karina is better than Alucard. First of all, Karina farms so much faster. Karina could literally invade you in the early stage of the game. You know how fast Karina clears? You need to think about jungle pathing, not just 1v1. Anyways, let's go. Next, Ling. Ling is a S. Ling is also an S. Viable. Get to the backline really easy. Problem is, she's kind of too scaling. She's like a low S right now. Too scaling, but if you're really good Ling and you get your farm down, oh my god, it's scary. Scary. Ling is an S. Better than Hellcurt, better than Granger, better than Harley. Karina counters Ling, but that doesn't mean Karina is better than Ling in terms of tier list. S. Ling is still pretty damn decent. Just scaling. That's the only problem. Who else? Jungler. Lunox jungle? Nobody plays Lunox jungle anymore. I'm not gonna put that as jungler. Screw that. Natalia? No, people don't play Natalia jungle. People play Roam. Here we go. Nolan. There we go. Nolan. He's better than Lancelot, better than Ling. He could burst down heroes really easily. Has high mobility. Super fast farm. One of the fastest farms. Probably behind Suyu. His farm is one behind Suyu. Nolan is S. For sure. Before you could actually purify with your ulti, but now you can't, but he's still pretty good. Good mobility, good burst. Early game. You can even burst heroes like Hylos in the early stage of the game. Even Hilda. Depends. So I think I'm gonna put Nolan there. S, easily. Roger. Oh, I've seen Popol. Popol jungle. I've seen people use it in solo queue. B. So easy to kill. Popol is so easy to kill in team fights. You need a really good front line if you want to play Popol jungle. His clear is okay. But if you don't have Koopa, imagine your Koopa dies on a team fight. It's like, bye-bye. Bye-bye. But he's probably a little bit better. Like, maybe here. He's range. So he's like right here. Yeah, his clear is very fast. But still vulnerable to a lot of things. If glue goes into you, you're kind of screwed. CC could get into your backline. I don't even know if CC could get... No. I don't know if he could get Popol and Koopa stuck together. I'm not sure. But anyways, loses to a lot of assassins. And right now, assassin junglers are the meta. Imagine a Fanny against Pauuu. You're screwed. Hayabusa against Pauuu. I mean, Hayabusa is actually kind of bad against Pauuu because he has Koopa carrying damage on the ulti, but Hayabusa is still really good against Pauuu. Nolan freaking against Pauuu. A lot of heroes counter Pauuu right now. CC counters Pauuu as well. The good thing is the vision as well. The traps, the vision. Next, Roger. I think Roger's like still viable. Roger's still viable. Roger's still viable. Could be tanky, could be damage. Kinda like a Lancelot, quite flexible. Some assassins cannot kill Roger in the early stage of the game. For example, Ling. Ling cannot kill Roger at the early stage of the game. Too tanky as a wolf form. You could outplay Nolan with your first skill if you use your first skill correctly with Roger. And the bad part about Roger is he gets countered by Hylos really hard. Hylos and Hilda quite hard. So he might be like low S, high A. Low S, high A. Low S, high A. He's like a low S. Man, where should I put him? I mean, I see him more in tournament. I mean, I still see him in scrims a little bit. He's a low S. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Low S. Yeah, low S. Anyways, next. Okay, next. Saber jungle. Okay. I think this guy's like a low, a high B, low A. Why? You're ulti dependent. Without your ulti, you're screwed. You're just like a killer. You're pretty much a killer. As a jungler, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. Yes, you counter Fanny, you counter Hayabusa in the early stage of the game if you get an ulti on them, at least. But it's hard to position yourself as a Saber. You can easily get countered. He's a B. He's melee. You're just gonna use your first skill to try and damage and DPS. Without ulti, you're kind of screwed. He's a B. Kind of sucks. I don't like, and I think his wave clear is kind of slow as well. In the early stage of the game, it's kind of slow by himself. Pretty slow. Suyu, here we go. These are the big guns. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want any arguments. Suyu is still freaking broken. Still broken. Still broken. Swear to God. Pick or ban Suyu. You guys already know. I don't have to explain it. Suyu is that broken right now. Okay? Don't have to explain it. Okay, next. We got YSS. YSS. I might adjust some of these picks later. I might put some of these at C. YSS is like a A. Good ulti, global ulti, get some vision. You get pretty decent farm. You get pretty decent survivability. And when you get farmed up, you might hurt. But he's really bad against Glue Phoveus and Hilda. He's an A. He's a scaling hero. He's A. I guess this guy's an A. Farms pretty well. Does objectives pretty fast with the passive if you do it correctly. Next. Lucas. You guys have never seen it, huh? Lucas is actually an S in the jungler. Lucas is an S, especially if you pair him up with Mathilda. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Obviously, there has been no tournaments recently with a lot of Lucas jungle, but if you see our scrims, Lucas jungle could work. Yeah, Lucas jungle could work. He just needs level 4. As long as he gets level 4, he's pretty good at jungle. Yeah, Lucas could definitely work. He's an S. He's like a low S. I'm gonna be honest with you. Next. Who else we got here? no junglers there. Alpha, here we go. Alpha is higher. There we go. There we go. Alpha. He might be higher than Nolan, to be honest. S. Easily. S. Easily an S. Easily an S. This Alpha. Really good against Phoveus. Really bad against Glue. Could burst. He doesn't care about high-lows. You have true damage, so he doesn't care about high-lows. You could Hilda. You don't care about Hilda as well, since you have true damage. You could counter a lot of CC with your ulti if you time it correctly. You could dodge a lot of ultis with your ulti, since you're immune while you're ulting. So Alpha's actually really good. S, but he's not picker ban like Suyu. The thing with Suyu is Suyu has mobility. Alpha doesn't have as much mobility, but they both farm really fast. So that's why. Here we go. We got Benedetta. Benedetta jungle. He's clear, slow as hell. Slow as hell. If you build tank Benedetta, maybe she's like a low A. Low A. Hard to catch, a lot of mobility. If you build Benedetta tanky, you won't be able to burst the turtle as quick. You're kind of just like a jungler split pusher. Usually you want your jungler on the Lord's side. You don't want your jungler at the split push side, since there's a lot of cases that the enemies are gonna burst down the Lord. So I'm gonna put Benedetta at A. Decent. Pretty decent. A. Nolan fell off? No, Nolan is still good. Farming speed is very, very important when it comes to junglers. And his high mobility. These guys have high farming speed, Karina and Popol, but they don't have any mobility. That's a problem. Anyways, next. What else we got here? Okay. Dairos jungle. I don't know. I'm not even gonna put Fredrin. Here we go. Here we go. Fredrin an S. He an S. He's like right here. He's right there. Right there. Right there. He an S. Fredrin is still pretty good, as long as you build Sky Guardian helmet at like the middle, at mid game. Okay, YSS is good. The problem is he's a scaling. He's scaling. That's the only problem with YSS. Yeah. Fredrin is S tier. I don't think he's pick or ban though. Anyways, yeah. Next, good CC, good turtle fight, stuff like that. Xborg. Yeah, keep on playing Xborg. Xborg is another utility jungler that you could use. There's a lot of Farses, there's a lot of Eves now, but he's definitely like a high A, low S. High A, low S. He's so situational. Like if you're against a alpha, you're really good. Xborg is really good against alpha. But if you're against assassins, you're screwed. You're kind of screwed. So he's like so situational. He's really good against. He's pretty decent against Fredrin also, if you keep your distance. Even Nolan is really good against you. Lucas is really good against you. Can get your Faraga out. Ling is really good against you. Man, he might be like high A. I think he's IA. High A. This Xborg. I think he's mainly used to counter the alpha. And this is talking about an alpha without Mathilda. If alpha has Mathilda, Xborg is kind of useless. You just sustain everything and you run away from him. Anyways, yeah, Akai. I think Akai is still he's so underrated, bro. Why nobody picked this guy? He's kind of underrated, to be honest with you. He farms pretty damn fast. He could engage for your team, or he's really good at turtle fights. He's really good at securing objectives. This Akai. The problem with Akai is his ulti cooldown. His ulti cooldown is so high that if you Hurricane Dance, you're kind of screwed. He might be A, like a high A. Good wave clear speed, good ganking capability. You can protect your teammates with your ulti. Especially like if the enemy team has a Tigreal or an Akai, you can cancel a lot of those skills. You're good against Fanny. You're good against Joy. You're good against Nolan. He's like kind of underrated. I'm gonna be honest with you. What's the build? Tank. Oh, what's the Fred build? Molten Essence. And then if they have a high burst Farsa like that, you need to build like Radiant or Athena's first, and then Sky Guardian Helmet. And then you go from there. You can build whatever you want from there. Anyways, yeah, I think Aka is like a high A. High A. He's kind of underrated in my opinion. He might be an S, to be honest. Might be an S. He counters a lot of the meta, but not a lot of people use him. Since his ulti cooldown is kind of ass. Pakito. 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 I think Pakito's an A. Like a mid. Have you seen a Pakito damage? Have you guys seen a Pakito damage? That shit hurts. He's an A. He's like mid A. Mid A, I would say. Like even higher than these guys. Like right there. Right there. Like somewhere here. Yeah, Pakito is freaking. The damage Pakito is insane. He could wait in bushes and just burst you down with like a full combo. You could counter Fanny with if used correctly, but then if against a really good Fanny, I doubt it. Against a really good Fanny, I doubt it. There's just no way. You're just insanely lucky if you get an uppercut on Fanny. Alright, next. Here we go, here we go. Joy. 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 That's how I explain Joy. Fast clear, high mobility, insane damage, good sustain because she runs away. Has anti-CC, free purify on your ulti if you have dashes. The only problem with Joy is you get countered by Hayabusa really hard. You get countered by Hayabusa pretty hard. And Fanny. And it's like a 50-50 against Suyu. And actually Fredrin might be pretty decent against Joy too. Fred build please, and why better than Nolan? Right now, Fred has a lot of CC. Like in terms of objective taking, he's better against Nolan. Yes, Nolan has higher clear speed, and actually Nolan is pretty good against Fred. Because usually Nolans would invade Fredrin at the early stage. But in terms of like overall, like Lord Dance and everything, Turtle Dance, Fred is better than Nolan. Because usually Nolan, you need to like depend on your teammate. If you don't have a frontline, you're screwed. Fredrin could frontline for you. So yeah, that's why he's better than Nolan. But I'll give you the build later, okay? I'm not a Fred player, but I'll give it to you later. Okay. Thank you for the $2 again, Rar. Popol counters Joy so hard. If Popol has ulti, yeah. But a really good Joy would not go into the Popol. It's not a 1v1, guys. Like you guys need to remember is it's a team game. We talking about tournament play. We talking about people communicating to each other. Right? Bane. Easily. I think Bane is like he's like almost like an alpha. But he's easy to kill. Like he's so vulnerable. He doesn't have anything to dodge with. Alpha could use his ulti to dodge CC, but Bane doesn't. He's scaling as well. Bane is also scaling, so he's like a high A, low S. But I think he's more here. He's kind of easy to counter, I'm gonna be honest with you. Especially with high CC. Imagine Eve, Sushin, Aurora, Vexana, Therizla, all those heroes. Even Hayabusa beats you. Unless you time your ulti correctly. You're pretty good against Fanny, as long as you have ulti. Same with Joy, you're pretty good against Joy as long as you have ulti, but if you don't have your ulti, you're kind of screwed. Right? His clearing speed is decent. More of an A. He's kind of easy to counter. The only problem is no mobility. That's where Bane sucks. No mobility. High A, no mobility. Like Roger has mobility, that's why he's here. He can farm pretty decent. And he has survivability. He's kind of tanky in the early stages of wolf form as well. High A. High A. Alright. Anyways. Next. Who else do we have? Okay. Sun. Here we go. It's so hard because he got a buff and he's quite freaking annoying. I might put him low S. I don't play a lot of Sun, but I've gone against a lot of Suns. And he's kind of annoying. He's like a low SA. He has like a lot of potential. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sun has so much potential. He's like high A, low S. He's better. He's better than Bane. Better than Bane, I would say. His survivability is good if the enemy team is bad. But if the enemy team is good and they know how your clones work, you're kinda screwed, I'm not gonna lie. You're kinda screwed. If the enemy team is good and they know how your clones work, it's easy to read. It's very easy to read. Yeah, there's gonna be more experiments. Like, I see a lot of Suns with Corrosion type Thunderbolt, and like, they do 3 clones, and then they just third skill you. It freaking hurts. It could burst someone with a Thunderbolt build, Corrosion Thunderbolt build. A, high A. Sun. Next. Brats. Brats, low mobility. Also an A, I think. Needs a Mathilda to be useful, or a Florine. You need to synergize with Barats. You need a Mathilda. Without Mathilda, you're kind of useless. You're like a low A. You're like a low A. Needs a Mathilda. Really needs some. Without it, your mobility is so slow. DC could counter you so hard. Glue could counter you so hard. Who else? Alpha counters you really hard, and it's hard for you to catch these assassins since they're so quick. Yeah, I will put some of these junglers down here. Don't worry. Do not worry. I will put some of these junglers down here. I will adjust at the end. Anyways, next. Baksha. Better mobility than Barats. Good wave clear. He actually farms really fast. So he might be like here, A, mid A. He's mid A. Nobody uses him. He's really tanky. Gets destroyed by glue, gets destroyed by CC. You don't have like, you have decent CC with your first skill, but once you don't have your first skill, you're kind of screwed. I think mid A. Mid A. You're kind of just there. And the problem with utility junglers now is they cannot hold the Lord, guys. No matter how tanky you are, the Lord does percentage damage. So it doesn't matter how tanky you are. You need Sky Guardian and Helmet to sustain the Lord as a utility jungler. That's the hard part about Baksha and Barats. Has anti-heal, so that's good. But I think like mid-A at most. Yeah, I will put down more junglers at B tier and C tier. Wait, we'll adjust it later. Freya. Freya is like an Alucard. I'm gonna be honest with you. Straight up damage. Kinda like an Alucard. Very close to each other. Decent farm, but that's about it. Really prone to CC. Mobility, as long as you have CC, you're kinda good to go. Freya. Yeah. B. B. Next. Gwen. We'll adjust the tier list later, alright? Gwen is a... Usually jungler Gwens build tank. They're more of a setup. It's a mid-A, low-A. Mid-A, low-A. Mid-A, low-A. Farms quite well. Farms quite well. Has good setup. But if you don't have ulti, you're kinda screwed on team fights. Honestly, almost borderline B. I'm gonna be honest with you. Low A. Yeah, low A. Anyways. Julian. You guys might be surprised. Julian is an S tier right now. Julian S tier. Farm super fast. You don't even need level 4 to be useful. You need level 3. You don't need level 4 to be useful. Level 3 you could gain. S. This guy's an S. You could literally burst down CCs. You could burst down Hylos in the early stage of the game. He's insane. S. Yeah, Julian's actually really good right now. You guys should try him out. He's actually really good. You could counter Hayabusa with your second skill if you time it correctly. You could even counter Joy if you time your knockup correctly. But it's kind of hard to do. Julian, S tier. Martis. Martis. This guy's like a high A, low B. I think really good early game. Farms really fast. Has immune. He's like an objective taking machine. He's hard to catch. You cannot catch him with Tigreal because he has CC immune. So he's like a high A, low B. Good farm, but he's only single target with his ulti. So it really depends if you get your enemies low. Gets destroyed by X-Borg. Gets destroyed by Alpha. Pretty decent against assassins, I guess. He's situational. I think he's more of an A. Like a A. Low S, high A. Yeah, he can counter assassins early. And if he snowballs, he's really good. Problem with Martis, he falls off really hard. Falls off really hard late game. Falls off really hard late game. Everybody is so tanky that you cannot even ulti anyone. Unless they're like super freaking low. Falls off so hard late game. That's a problem with Martis. That's why he's good early. But late game, falls off quite hard. Next. Argus. I think I like Argus more as an XP laner. This guy's a B. Straight up damage. It's like when you're doing turtle fights or lore dances, it's kind of like you're doing a 50-50. Every single time. It's like a B. Alright, we'll start putting down heroes here at the bottom. As a jungler, I'm not a big believer of Argus jungle. You're not gonna have flicker, you're not gonna have sprint for survivability. You're screwed. Right there? See? Saber is also C. He's just annoying, but like without ultis, like especially late game, falls off late game as well. Who else could I put C? We'll do this for now. We'll leave that for now. Alice. She's high A. You need Mathilda. You need like utility roamers for Alice to work. She's too scaling. Too scaling, to be honest. Too scaling. This Alice. Farm's pretty darn slow. Farm's really slow. Alright, so we'll put Alice at like a A, but the potential of Alice with the right composition is good. With the right composition, she's really good. Alice. Think about it. A, but very blue dependent. Very blue dependent, by the way. Next. That freaking Yin. Not gonna lie, Yin is like an anti-assassin. Yin is a mid-A. This guy's like a counter pick machine. He against assassins, he's annoying. This guy is so annoying. Against Hayas, against Suyus, usually you win those 1v1s, but he's only good at 1v1s. After that, he's kind of screwed. If you don't snowball, Quite annoying. We played against a Yin jungle before. Really good against assassins, like I said. Yin is an A. Mid A. Mid A. Oh my god. Are we even gonna talk about this? Wanna talk about this? DeLong. See, this guy's ass. He just runs away and just... If you mess up your second skill, you're screwed. You have to even go into your second skill. Easily poked. Squishy. See. Liam or jungle? Again, needs to be paired up with really good roamers like Mathilda. But without any enablers, you're kind of screwed. Kind of like an Alucard Freya. You're like a low B. You're a B. You're a B. Balman. Wait, we're not done with the tier list yet. You guys gotta chill. Balman. You're tanky, so that's pretty decent. You're like a high B, I guess. You're only good for objective taking and last hitting kills. Even in the early game, people could burst you down. You're a high B. Balman. Just really good at objective. Really tanky. Decent sustain when you're killing the jungle creeps. But that's about it. You don't have a lot of CC. Even you can get CC'd on turtle fights. He doesn't have immune. This guy is like B. High B, low A. In my opinion. High B, low A. No CC, just good for objective taking. Falls off really hard late game. Falls off really hard late game. Can get kited by so many heroes. Anyways, there's some conditional heroes here, like Aldous. Technically, Aldous could jungle. Really useless in the early stage. Aldous 2 scaling, C tier. Aldous. He's more for split pushing. Jawhead jungle. We'll put Jawhead jungle. Jawhead jungle. Quite fast farm. Easy to kill though. If you mess up your second skill during a... Mind you, you don't have Flicker as a jungle Jawhead. You have Retribution. That makes it even worse. And his last hit on the turtle is not even good. Just B. Just a B tier. Just a B tier. Only good for fast clear. Only good for fast clear. This guy. Next. We still have... Do we have any more? Let me see. Amos jungle? No, not really. No. Dairos? Dairos? I've seen Dairos jungle in tournaments. Yo, Dairos jungle might be a little bit underrated. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you could build him tanky now. Now, he doesn't have a lot of CC, but the minus armor is such a big factor. And his sustain on his passive is actually pretty damn insane. If you played the recent Dairos, he could work against, like, heroes, if there's a Hylos on the other team or a Hilda on the other team. Yeah. So, I think he's like a low A. The only problem with Dairos, no mobility, no CC, no crowd control. He has good last hit potential with his ulti, Retri. So, he's a low A. Low A. The minus armor is such a big factor, I think, because people in the XP lane are just so tanky this time around. Yeah. What if you build Dairos with War Axe, huh? Sylvana jungle? We're gonna get there. Sylvana jungle. Good clear, but once you don't have your ulti, you're kind of screwed. Your second skill is very, very easy to cancel once you're in your ulti, so I would just say B. Sylvana. I've seen it before. Like when you jump in and then you second skill, people could knock you up, cancel your ulti and your second skill and freeze you. And then after that, you're kind of useless. You're useless. Carmilla jungle. Carmilla jungle, very situational. Pretty decent wave clear. Still a little bit slow. He's more of an A. Really good against utility junglers. Even really good against some assassins like Amon or Karina, who are just melee and not very mobile. Good on team fights, but the last hit potential is kind of bad. Just an A, I think. Just an A. Her clear is kind of slow. Just okay. Like a low A. Carmilla like a low A. Yeah. Anyways. Anything else? Did we miss anything, guys? Masha, XP. Minthitar, XP. Belric, Rome, blah 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 blah. Valentina, Yuria. Tamus? Can Tamus jungle? Yeah, well, technically you can. I've seen it. I guess. Well, let's put Tamus in the jungle. God damn it. Tamus. No CC. Good at farming, but that's about it. That's about it. You don't have vengeance. You don't have vengeance as jungler Tamus. So you're kind of like, to be honest, you're like low B, low BC, low BC. Jungle Valentina's viable. Hell no. I've never seen that. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing jungle Valen. I'm sorry. It's not convincing. It's not convincing enough. To be honest, like jungle Chu is more convincing than jungle Valentina. I've seen a jungle Chu before. Masha, no. XP, okay, XP. La Yuzhong. Technically, you could put Yuzhong in the jungle, but kind of ass. Chu, you could even. I'm not gonna put him in the jungle. That just makes things complicated. Okay, any more junglers that we missed? Lunox, you could technically put in a jungle, but kind of slow with clear. Who else? Technically, there are some marksmen that you could put in the jungle, but it's not. I don't suggest doing it. I think that's it. We got our jungler tier list. All right. I'm sorry. You get. How can I zoom out, guys? There we go. There we go. Screenshot. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Screenshot, guys. Why can I not see my screenshots? Anyways, it's fine. So this is our jungle tier list. Move the other A tier down to B. Yeah, I should, huh? I should. We're gonna adjust this a little bit. Gwyn might be B. I'll be honest with you. No, that makes things complicated. I think that's enough. I think it's good enough. Good enough. Like, some of these borderline heroes are okay. Put this here. Slow clear. If you mess up your ulti, you're kind of screwed. Same thing with this. You mess up your ulti, you're kind of screwed. There we go. That's a little bit better. More balance, I think. More balance. More balance. Harley, Diroth, Carmilla, and Gwen go B. Jawhead, Tamus, Gushin go C. No last hit potential. Jawhead, fast clear. Kind of easy to counter though. A little bit better. C. This don't matter. They're just on the same tier. Don't think about left or right. Don't think about left or right. Alright? Fast clear, but that's about it. Kind of easy to counter. Gushin though, I think he should be B. Gushin should be B. Because I can still play Gushin pretty decently. Anyways, there you go. That's the tier list. Make sure you get screenshot. This is the last tier list for now. We have practice, so I gotta go. We have practice, so make sure you guys thumbs up and subscribe to the stream. Alright, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up before we leave, because for the next stream we're gonna do another tier list. We're gonna do maybe Roamer first, since that's a long one. Roamer mid, maybe. Roamer mid, or mid lane first and then Roamer. Alright. Anyways, that is all for today's stream. I gotta go. I have work, guys. We have practice. And tomorrow is my next stream in the morning, and I will check out your IG DM. All right, I will check out your IG DM. Oh, for the Fredrin build, it's alright, so it's Tough Boots, Molten Essence, and then you either go, depending if they have a lot of magic damage. If they have a lot of magic damage, you go Athena Shield or Radiant. If they have a lot of physical damage, you go Anti-Crass or Blade Armor. And then you could go Sky Guardian. Sky Guardian needs to be the third build. Alright, Sky Guardian. And then you could put more sustain by having Immortality or Winter. Winter Truncheon is really good with Fredrin as well. Yo, thanks for the 29 pesos, Azur. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.